Hello and welcome to Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. I am Mark Hoffmeyer.
And I am Jay Kluwer, and normally on this podcast we'll be discussing the chapter of a chapter from a Deep Blue Sea film, from one of the 3 films in the Deep Blue Sea franchise. But Mark, we've run out of chapters.
There's no more.
We did them all.
Wait, what are we doing today?
I think, are we done?
Wait. All right, well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's been fun.
This was a blast.
We'll Deep Blue Sea next week. Yeah.
Yep.
No, of course we're not done. Ridiculous. We're doing a Deep Blue Sea character draft.
Oh, and we've had this planned since the beginning, Jay. We've had this planned for over a year.
For a long time, since before we even watched the second or third films. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Before we even knew if there were characters in them, we were planning to draft them. And there's only 2 people that we could think of to help us do this draft. Who's joining us, Mark? Who have we got?
Oh, so we got this is 4 Peters right here. Wait, that sounds like a word. A real 4 Peters? Like repeaters, but 4 of them. 4 episodes each. They were each here for Deep Blue Sea, Deep Blue Sea 2, Deep Blue Sea 3. It's Megan Hoffmeyer and Nick Rehak.
Hello.
Hi. I wanted to be polite. I didn't want to just barge in there.
And that's the problem when both of you are polite, and we just have like 10 seconds of dead air, and then she tries to talk, then you try to talk, and then she tries to talk, you try to talk, and then there's just a big argument because you both were too polite.
I was literally just on that conference call at work.
Nice. One time I sat at an intersection for 3 hours waiting for someone else to turn, and they waited for me.
You weren't in Atlanta then.
You go. No, you go. Like, I'm polite. Well, I'm stubborn. Well, I'm stubborn and polite. We just yelled at each other.
I think we ended up recording a podcast because you were late for the show. You just recorded from the car, waiting to...
Yep. You did a lot of editing that
I
episode.
did.
It was just me screaming obscenities at a Prius for 3 hours.
Listeners, go back and find out which episode that might have been.
Calling out the Prius.
Well, I'm not saying the car, the driver. Very polite person. Stubborn, though, like me. I'm actually going to be a groomsman in their wedding coming up. We're friends now.
You didn't tell me that.
Sorry.
Do we have to buy a gift?
We're going to Jacksonville in March.
See, this is what happens when we haven't got a strict format for like a chapter to discuss. We are off track, miles down the road before we've even established
kind of track, though.
what we're doing today.
Wait, there's a track?
No, there's no track anymore.
We'll go to a Jaguars game, go to some breweries. They have a good whiskey game out there.
Go to the beach.
Listen to some jock jams. Right here. All right, so, Jay, I'll save you here.
Thank you.
Normally it's you getting me back on track. So we want to do a draft. What we're going to do is all 4 of us, we're going to each draft 5 characters, like 20 total. 4 of us, one of us picks 5, like in a draft style, snake draft style. We're just going to go through, and then we're going to put together squads of just 5 characters from all 3 of the movies on one of our teams. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'd like to specify these actually be characters in the films. I know that we've discussed Paul Giamatti in the past being in this whole trilogy.
Gotta get my boys back.
He's not showing up on the draft today. Okay?
I reined it in. I didn't even think about it.
I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, I very much considered looking at other movies called Deep Blue Sea.
Swim fan?
The one with Rachel Weisz and Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah. But I didn't go there.
None of us know the characters.
Deep Rising?
No, I've counted. There's 46 human characters across the Deep Blue Sea franchise. If you count the animals, that's another 10 specific ones, not counting the swarm of baby sharks or anything. And 30.
We should count animals.
Yeah, absolutely. If you count the ones that actually have credited names, then that's 34 characters we can pick between. So we do not need to stray beyond the films that we have. There is plenty to pick from here.
I don't know about that.
Well, I do. So
if we were to first pick, so kick us off.
I don't
actually. I need the name of your team, by the way, because you're putting together a squad, and every squad needs a name.
I don't like these curveballs.
What's the name of your squad?
I do not enjoy these curveballs, Mark. I'm so unprepared as it is.
What about the curveballs?
Okay, the curveballs. There we go. as penciled in, it may be improved upon. It won't be improved upon. The curveball. So, okay. I've got the first pick. There's going to be a long time before I get another pick. And I know that...
Team Joy Swim?
You can, by all means, have that as your team, Mark. Mine are the curveballs. That's okay. Set in stone, it's done. First thought, best thought. So, I want to pick a good person like a good foundation. I know sometimes you'd want to pick a more obscure or random choice, but I'm just going with the best character. I'm going with Preacher, out of the gate.
Whoa.
It's the obvious choice. It's the best character it's the hero of the first film. It's the guy that everybody loves. It's LL Cool J. I've got to have Preacher. He comes with a song. No one else on this whole draft comes with a song. So.
It's a great point. And also, I'm glad you got Preacher out of the way, because now I can just pick random.
Hey, right. You're welcome.
If you hadn't have picked Preacher...
You were going to pick random anyway.
Yeah. But I would have felt bad about it. I would have felt provocative. But since you got... Okay, the pound-for-pound best character of the franchise, right, is Preacher?
Yeah.
Am I crazy for saying that?
I don't think so.
He takes out 2 of the sharks in the first film. He survives. He has a whole side story all on his own that he more than carries. He's got some of the best lines. And again, he comes with a song. I can't stress this enough.
He is a sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
He does. They may appear later in the draft. Who can say?
Wow. All right, so first pick. Strong pick. Sherman Preacher Dudley. Off the board. Joining the curveballs.
There we go. What's your team name, Mark?
Right. Oh, the Joy Swims.
Okay.
All right, so the first draft pick in the Joy Swims is Carl Durant.
Oh, no.
Played by Michael Beach.
Gun.
In Deep Blue Sea 2.
He was my second pick.
What I love about this character is even whilst dying, Carl Durant is so excited that him and Leslie Kim made such fantastic monsters, beasts, bull sharks. And he's getting knocked in the air. All the teeth are going into his sides, and he's like, I did great.
Well, and you love his little data things. What did you call them?
Oh, he goes full Chuck or Limitless Juice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does.
You love those things.
I mean, listen, they handed Michael Beach these props, and he was expecting it to be a liquid. Like, I'm just going to down this little liquid. But instead is this gelatinous matter inside of this little glass tube, and he had to suck it down. But he's a pro, so he nailed it. He also has a great cardigan. He loves his monsters. I mean, this guy, he's one of the few people who are cheering while being eaten because his monsters are so amazing. And he goes full Chuck.
You said you're going to pick a more obscure choice, but you've picked the correct second choice from the draft, I think. After Preacher, it's Carl Durant. He's the next one you go to.
I mean,
I want him to come back for the next film. I want him to. We talked about it in a DOC 3 chapter. I want the top half of him to come back with robot legs. It could happen.
Oh, yeah, Kenneth Branagh legs.
Yeah.
From Wild Wild West.
You don't need to explain. We all get it.
Yeah. Wait, this should bring Kevin Kline back.
Yes. Adding Kevin Kline to the DOC franchise is all that we need.
Whoa, Dr. Otto Octavius.
I mean, that's different. I'm from Molina, but okay.
I mean, blatant ripoff. That's Deep Blue Sea 4.
Yeah, fine.
All right, Carl Durant. That's my pick. So number 3, it's Nick.
We need a team name first, Nick.
My team name is Cool Kid High School Class of 2020 Alumni Association and Booster Club.
Okay, I was going to try and write that down.
You're going to have to re-listen to this to get that one.
And Nick, I got to say, I wish I would have done, gotta get my boys back.
We got to get them.
Okay, Cool Kid High School Class of 2020.
Booth until I got my boys back.
Come on, Tom. Oh, it feels so good to be back.
Yeah.
So who is your first draft in your team?
It's tough because I'm torn between two people. I want to go for the local boy, but I think we got to kick it off with Trent Slater. There's no one else it can be. It has to be him.
Joy Swim.
It's what
Trent
Mark's
Slater,
team's named after.
Not just a great character, not just a fantastic name, but to me, he has the greatest line in the entirety of the franchise, and that is, soldiers are just pieces of chess on a chessboard. Nothing is ever going to top that. So you have to start with Trent Slater, and especially with the team being the Cool Kid High School Class of 2020 Alumni Association and Booster Club.
He's one of the most popular. That's one of the most popular episodes because I think people just want to listen to it because of the title.
It's alone.
Piece of chess on a chessboard.
Yeah, it's fantastic because you wouldn't even think that it was written. It had to have been improvised. He even stops himself. He hesitates for a second, and he just like, I'm going to go with it. And they kept it in there. It's confidence, it's commitment, and I'm all about that Trent Slater life.
He was feeling froggy.
And he left. He took a short walk on a long pier.
Yeah, he took a goddamn joy swim. A goddamn joy swim.
I just love it. Great ladder climber. Just Beefcake Island. That's what we've got 2 characters from Deep Blue Sea 2 in the first round, and I wouldn't have it any other way because
no one's
like Jacob in the Twilight films imprinting on Bella's baby. I've imprinted on Deep Blue Sea 2.
Please stop describing it like that.
Megan just covered her eyes.
That's the worst part of those books, and it's just you. It's right there.
I keep saying it.
I found out recently that you can mute other people on Skype, and it was very tempting not to do that just then. So.
Wait, sorry, Mark. We lost you for a minute.
Somehow we still have Megan.
It, but louder.
You hear a kick. Ah! Yelling. What? Oh man. So okay, perfect. Megan,
I'm actually very surprised by your first pick, Mark. I thought it was going to be something else that I won't say in case it comes up later. But
did you think he was going to get a bit misty-eyed?
Shocked. Yes. Okay, so my team name is obviously going to be Deep Rising.
Yeah.
Because it's a classic and it uses deep in the title.
Kevin J. O'Connor, baby.
And I'm gonna go with the trend, and I'm gonna do something else from Deep Blue Sea 2, but I am not going to pick a human. I'm gonna go with the Baby Shark Gang.
Okay.
Wow.
Controversial.
Baby Shark Gang.
Yeah.
They're nuts. Those are just rabid little things. You see them coming down the hallway. They're jumping up in the air, but they're just hilarious to watch.
It's pinball all over the place.
They do.
Yeah, they were featured in my episode, so I feel personally attached to them.
You love the baby sharks.
They're hilarious. They're so tiny and rabid and just, they're like little shredders.
I love
They're
the one
adorable.
when Daniel Kim dies. I love the ones just hanging on to him when that second half, the bottom half of his body drops off. There's one baby shark that kind of goes with it. So
They're quite a unique turn for the shark world, and I appreciate that.
I love it. All right, so you got the baby sharks, and then you get the next pick too.
I'm very excited. So I'm gonna go with someone from DBS 1, and because it's still on the table, I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna take Carter Blake.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
Big one, big gun, big
TJ
gun.
Thomas Jane, our favorite from The Expanse. So
I love that we call him TJ in this household.
TJ.
Everybody.
Carter Blake. I mean, the Bionic Stud Muffin, or as I think my episode was called Bionic Strut Muffin.
It sounds about
that
right.
we coined, where he walked down the hall with the moody blue lights. It's just,
Yeah.
you gotta be bold to be sleeveless for an entire movie.
It's got to be bold to be sleepless. Yeah.
That's a good name for the episode title.
Bold to be sleeveless. That's your motto, Mark.
Man, that was my high school yearbook quote.
You've literally cut off the sleeves of all your shirts because of you've got to pay homage to TJ.
TJ, and then once I saw Trader Slint rolling around. Wait, Trent Slater?
Yeah.
Wait.
Trent
Hey,
Slater.
wait,
Trent Slater.
Hey Nick.
Yeah.
How's how do you say Trent Slater and Slater Trent? Like what's our bit for that?
Oh, who's the new kid? Oh, you mean the one who just transferred over from Cool Kid High School? Trent Slater? Or in this case, hey, who's the new kid? Oh, you mean the one who just transferred over from Cool Kid High School? Trader Slint? Sounds like a grocery store. Welcome to Trader Slint's.
Oh, Trader Slants.